By now, you'll have started thinking about possible topics for your dissertation, and maybe you've got an idea that you think could just work. Well, today we're going to be talking about how to germinate that grain of an idea by focusing on the best bits and getting rid of the non-starters. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Rupert, long-time student and soon-to-be lawyer, and today is the second of a series where we're talking all about how to write a fantastic dissertation. This is basically everything that I wish I'd known before I started. You should have already started thinking about possible ideas for your dissertation, and as we discussed in the first video, doing it little and often is really helpful, and that can be a good theme to continue through the whole of your dissertation project. Today we're talking about how to hone in on possible ideas that you think might work. As always, links and timestamps in the video description below, and if you have any questions, please ping them in the comments. Often, the part that people find most difficult about writing a dissertation is just working what the heck it's meant to be about. This isn't going to happen to you because I have prepared a Word document, link in the video description below, which will help you think about all the different possible angles in a dissertation that might be relevant, and thinking about the ones that you think are good and the ones that you think are a total waste of time. The examples in the document are for an English literature dissertation, but really they work perfectly well for all humanities dissertations, and they're just meant to be spurs for thought. If you haven't already, pause the video and take a little look at the document. We're going to be working through it in a second. Filling this document in will be as useful for working out what does work as what really doesn't, and it's great to just chuck those ideas into the trash can, into the rubbish bin, and not even think about them again. So if we have a look at what I wrote for my English dissertation, which ended up being a postmodern deconstruction of 5 of Kazuo Ishiguro's novels. For section 1, I was pretty sure that I wanted to write something along those lines, but as you can see I had a few ideas floating around. Would it be about memory, or about appearances, or about the structure of the novels? I filled in each section as if I was writing it for somebody else to read, and that really helped me be clear about my thoughts. For section 2, authors, artists and texts, I did already know that I wanted to focus on works by Ishiguro, but I had basically no idea which ones. For section 3, key themes, issues and research questions, I had 4 different branches of ideas, all totally different and mostly unformed. But I found that getting something down forced me to split them up into my mind and turn this sort of cloud of nebulous ideas into distinct ideas which could stand on their own 2 feet. I didn't write so much for sections 4 or 5 because I was less interested in the historical or biographical aspects of Kazuo Ishiguro's works, but this did draw my attention to the fact that I was thinking about novels and the novel form, and that actually became quite an important part of my first chapter. For the final section on theoretical frameworks and methodologies, I was pretty certain that deconstruction and postmodernism were going to be really important for my dis. That was pretty straightforward, but considering the different possible things in postmodernism that I could write about was really useful, because then I could write down the specific angles I might be interested in taking with it. None of this is stuff I had to do reading before to work out. It was just things that I vaguely knew from being an English student for the last 2 years. So what I'd recommend is that once you have your vague idea, you should just try and jot down things that are relevant to that idea in each of those sections and see where it takes you. Thanks for watching the second part of how to write a fantastic undergraduate dissertation. I hope you've enjoyed it. The first thing for you to do right now is download that form, fill it in, and have a little think about possible ideas that might work well for your dissertation. Once I'd filled it out myself, I found I had a much better idea of which parts were worth focusing on and researching and which parts definitely weren't. And so the second thing for you to do is watch the next video, which is all about researching your project. The third thing for you to do, if you haven't already, is like and subscribe to this channel. It takes 2 seconds for you and it makes all the difference to me. Thanks so much, and till next time.